Welcome to another episode of Breaking Through with Lisa Nichols, and I'm your host, Lisa Nichols. And today I have a special guest, Tameika Chambers Pope. Tameika, I'm so excited to have you with us.
Me too. Thank you for
So
inviting
excited,
me.
so excited. So tell me a little bit about your background and what led you to starting your company and what got you there.
My background. So I started in corporate America many, many years ago in professional development. I was hired to help leaders become better leaders. And I started in this big Wall Street firm. I was all excited about it, green, didn't know a thing,
Right.
and got there and realized how much I just didn't know about unwritten rules, right? And so I started my business because I was actually my first client. I didn't see people who looked like me. There was nobody around me to
Right.
help me with the unwritten rules. I knew my discipline. What I didn't know was, where am I supposed to sit in this conference room when people outrank you?
Right.
And I didn't know when I travel, I didn't know anything about how to appropriately tip the people who help with my
Right.
luggage, right? You don't get that in college.
Right.
Nobody teaches you that. So I started seeking out, like, who's going to help me learn all these things I don't know?
Help fill in the blanks.
Help fill in the blanks. And I really couldn't find anybody who was willing to invest in me because there weren't many Black women at my level at that time. And so I made a point to myself to say, okay, I'm going to seek this out. But once I get it,
I'm going to help
I'm
other
going to
people.
help other people
Right.
because this journey was so wild and
Right.
crazy for me. And I just didn't understand what I didn't understand. You don't know what you don't
Yeah,
know.
and that's really big on each one, reach one. And I think that's what
Absolutely.
you did. Tell me this. Let's talk about your mission and how you are serving your clients and your customers in this season of your life.
My mission is very simple. It is to inspire transformation through self-awareness.
I like that. I like the way that feels.
It is the key to everything. And I tried and tried and tried to figure out this thing called corporate America, looking every place else outside of me, and recognized really quickly I have to know me in order to navigate everything else around
Right.
me. And so I didn't know what I liked, who I was, what are my values, what don't I like. All of those things are super important in me being able to transition and to transcend and to grow and to evolve. And so I think that got lost upon me early on because I didn't have anybody to teach me. Nobody ever told me that growing up. It was go to college, get a good job, and everything else will fill in the blank for you,
Right,
right?
right.
Those things never got filled in for me. So I had to figure that out.
So tell me, what were some of your earliest challenges? That's your challenge when you were getting started.
Yeah.
Well, what were some of your early challenges when you decided to start your company and you decided to help people in their self-awareness? What were some of the biggest challenges in starting that?
2. The first challenge was
You remember?
imposter. I remember
2.
clearly. Clearly. First one was imposter syndrome.
Okay.
A lot of, for myself and for others, a lot of people don't feel like they're worthy, don't feel like they should be in the room where it happens.
I remember that feeling. I remember
So
that
that was the
feeling.
challenge for me to say to myself and to other people, no, you
deserve
deserve
to be in the
this.
room.
You deserve this, and we need to do this. So that was the first challenge. The second challenge was I didn't have a lot of mentors. I didn't have what I now have as a board of directors, but I didn't have that at first. And so in trying to figure out how to execute, how do I get people bought in?
Right.
What are the steps I need to take to starting a business?
Right.
I had to find all of that out on my own, and some through failure.
Right.
Everything
Right,
wasn't,
right.
I
Fell
didn't
forward.
win right away.
Fell
right?
forward.
Fell forward. It was a lot of that.
So that leads me
Yeah.
to my next question, because I think you're about to go there. What was a big breakthrough for you in your business? What was like this is a breakthrough?
So there are a couple, because big is subjective.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My big breakthrough was an itty bitty tiny thing. It was the day somebody came to me and said, "Thank you for helping me become my authentic self." Because that's all I wanted. I tried to live my life as authentically as possible. I try to role model that. So to have another person say that to me and give me credit for that,
It says I'm doing what I said I want to do.
and it was so small. It was 2
I
seconds
don't know if
of a
that's
thing.
small. I think it's just quick.
Okay,
but
it was
I think
quick.
it's,
There we go.
I think it was big to them and you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cried.
Oh,
I
yeah,
cried.
as well you
I
should.
cried
As
at
well you should.
I cried.
So tell me, the market is crowded.
It
Like,
is.
it's just crowded. Tell me what sets you apart from other service providers in this industry.
I think it is my approach to self-awareness.
Okay.
I don't believe I can become a craft master at anything else when I haven't mastered me. I have to master this craft first. So there's so much research out there about self-awareness and self-mastery. You are more emotionally intelligent. You make better decisions, quite frankly. You have better relationships. It makes life a little easier to navigate. And I think there's not enough emphasis on knowing self. We like to look at everything and everybody else, and it all comes back to me. Every
Yeah.
lesson out there is about me. Every challenge out there is about me. What am I going to do with it? What is it meant to teach me? How am I going to handle it? What's going to happen next? That's all inward. That's not out there. That's all in here. And I think that's what separates me from a lot of other businesses that do this type of work.
I love it. So when you look at your clients, now you're a long way from that one client that's come to you. I'm sure you've heard a lot more feedback since then. What's some of the feedback that you actually hear? What have they said to you that keeps you going? To me, I think feedback is like gas in the engine.
I agree.
And what's some of the feedback in terms of how have you made their lives easier to navigate?
I think being a role model for people and living my life out loud. I tell people when I fall. I tell people when I fail. I tell people when I'm scared. I tell people when I don't know something, when I'm trying to figure it out, when I'm seeking. And I think just being real and authentic and living my life that way gives others permission to do the same. That's been the biggest compliment to me ever. I don't need accolades about, oh, you're so great, you're so wonderful. What I like to have is you helped me be me because you were trying to be the best you.
Yeah. What are some of those? Like, can you remember a couple of people or a couple of scenarios where you really were able to measure or see, like, I actually get along better with my kids now. I was able to finally lose the 5 pounds, or I got out of that unhealthy relationship, whatever it is. What's some of that you've heard?
I would say stakeholder mapping has been very impactful for people.
Explain that.
So stakeholder mapping is literally sitting down and figuring out who is in your circle, looking at all the names of the people who are in your circle and what role they play in your life. How can they help you? Maybe you have to let some of them go.
Okay.
Maybe they haven't been good for you. And it is an assessment of all who touch you and whether or not that is adding to your life or detracting from your life.
Now, your clients have come back and said that they've been able to take an assessment of their stakeholder circle.
Absolutely.
And as a result of doing that, what major moves did they make? Did they do some of those things?
Some people have told me they've cut people out of their lives and found out they were holding them back.
Okay.
Which is a wonderful thing, right?
Yes.
Everybody's not meant to go with you.
Yes.
And you may not recognize when people are holding you back until you really sit down and say, how is this person adding value or detracting from me?
And you had them do that.
Absolutely. In a safe space where we're not making any judgments. It's just me and you.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about every single person that you can think of and figure out what role do they play in your life. Either somebody's helping you to advance or they're not.
So you really support an asset management
Absolutely.
in the people world, as well as cutting off the depleting energy
Absolutely.
in the people world.
Because who's the best? I'm my biggest asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm my biggest asset. You're your biggest asset, right? So we have to pour into that. We have to focus on that. You can't grow your other assets unless you start with the biggest asset first, which is yourself.
I think you just answered my next question.
Oh, okay. All right.
My next question was, what were some of the best pieces of advice that you help your clients or you give to your clients to help them have some of their best breakthroughs? Okay. And that was like a big nugget right there. So I'm like, I think she just answered the question. But if you had other thing, what advice do you give people? And you've dropped several nuggets already to help them have a breakthrough.
More.
Okay.
The first one is
toward a breakthrough.
Find your board of directors.
Okay.
So I told you early on I didn't have one.
Okay.
Since having one,
that's why you didn't know what to tip.
That's why I didn't know what to tip. Didn't even know I was supposed to tip.
Right.
Find your board of directors, and they should be people who will tell you the truth. people who care about you, people who know more than you, people who are smarter than you, people who are where you want to be.
Okay.
That's the first thing. The second thing I would say is keep seeking and keep learning. This life is a continuous journey of learning,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We're not going to master it all. And things change, things shift. So you have to be, I'm going to say, a lifelong learner in every aspect. You have to want to grow. You have to want to continue to cultivate. And that means being a seeker.
I love it. Tameika Chambers Pope, you are delicious. How can people reach you?
Thank you for saying that. I like that word.
You are. How can people reach you if they want to learn more about working with you, take
Yeah.
advantage of all the wisdom and guidance and coaching that you offer?
So, of course, my website, which is cultivatetogreat.com.
Cultivate to-
Cultivate to Great.
Oh,
Cultivate to Great.
cultivatetogreat.com.
And of course, social media, same names, Cultivate to Great Facebook, Cultivate to Great Instagram.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited that all of the leaders and emerging leaders have access to you.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm here. I'm
Keep
here
up
to
the-
serve. I'm
keep,
here to serve.
Keep up the greatness.
Thank you.
I love it.
I appreciate you.
I'm Lisa Nichols, and this is Breaking Through with Lisa Nichols.